Stampers, Jackie Bolhuis from Stampers, and I am back again today with another Stamping Basics video. Now last week we talked about basic embossing. Well, this week we're going to take it up a level and I'm going to show you how you can emboss with any colored stamp pad you have. It just opens up the doors to so many different things to do with embossing. So before I get started, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any of these videos. And if you've missed all the first ones that I've done, I do have them set up in a playlist so that you can go back and watch all the Stamping Basics. We're talking about cardstocks and different types of stamps, different types of inks. We've talked about embossing and different ways to color, and we're going to just continue on this series until I can't think of any more basics to share with you. So let's get started today with our embossing using all different colored ink pads. I'm going to flip the camera down and we'll get started. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to emboss with any color stamp pad you have. Can you see the bottles on this card? As I move them, see if the light picks them up. They're shiny, they're embossed, and we emboss with Lemon Lime Twist, and we emboss with Peekaboo Peach. So you can emboss with any pad, but there's a couple of tricks to it. What you need for supplies, obviously, is whatever color ink pads you want to do. You need your Versamark pad. Now, in the first embossing video I did for our Stampin' Basics series, I showed you how to emboss using colored powder, and we used the same pad, the Versamark. This time we're using clear powder because we want the color of our pad to show through. We've got our embossing buddy again, we talked about that last time, as well as our heat tool. So here's what you need to do to emboss with any color stamp pad. We're using our piercing pad because these are photopolymer stamps and you do want to use this pad underneath anytime you use these stamps. And the reason is there's no cushion to them. Because of them, you know, it's not the red rubber that has that foam cushion. So we want a little bit of cushion to give us a better image. So let's go ahead and do our lemon lime bottle. So the key here, this ink dries slow. And if you watch the first video on embossing, I talked about the Versamark, this one dries fast. The Versamark dries slow, and we need that slow drying ink in order for the powder to stick to it. So we kind of have two steps here. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to ink up our image with the Versamark. So get that good and inked up. It's clear, remember that. Then we're going to take our colored pad, whichever color pad you want. In this case, we have Lemon Lime Twist. We're going to ink up our bottle really good with that. So we've used 2 inks. Okay, make sure you use your embossing buddy so powder doesn't stick where you don't want it. And then go ahead and stamp this down. Give it some really good pressure so we get a nice solid image. Then we'll put clear powder on top of our bottle. Okay, just put it on there. Shake off the extra. We can set that aside and then we'll go ahead and grab our heat tool and we'll heat up this powder. And you'll see it's kind of a dull image right now, and as that powder starts melting, it's just going to come alive and get all shiny and that gorgeous lemon lime twist color. Oh, there we go. You can see it starting. And we'll just move our heat around. Oh, got to move your fingers. This heat tool gets really hot. So we'll melt that. Now we have this shiny glass bottle, which is, you know, how I think these bottles should look. It'll curl a little bit, but it'll flatten out. And there we go. I think we're all shiny. There's our bottle. So let's go ahead and look at our card again. Now I'm not going to make this whole card because in the Stamping Basics video, it was more about showing you how to emboss with any colored stamp pad you have. But in the description to this video, I'll have the link to the blog post that will show the card with our bottles on there, along with the list of all of the supplies, the bubble over bundle that I use, which is super adorable. I love even the little bottle cap on here. But I'll have all the list of supplies and dimensions and everything for you so that if you would like to purchase any of these, you can easily do so. So I hope you like this look. The ideas are endless. There's so much more that you can do with embossing when you realize that any colored stamp pad you have will work. So what is your favorite color that you can emboss with now that I've just opened up the door to embossing with any color? Just make sure that your stamp is clean before you put it on that Versamark pad, or your Versamark pad's gonna start looking really bad. I mean, mine looks bad, but if you start mixing inks on there, it's gonna get really bad. So As I said earlier, I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. This is my full-time job. I love to teach how to make stamping made simple. I am all about the quick and easy card, but that doesn't mean your cards are boring. You can make gorgeous cards quickly and easily. So if you have any questions about what I showed today or anything else having to do with Stampin' Up!, get a hold of me and let me know. I would love to answer those questions and help you in any way that you need. And if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to be that person and make sure that you get our catalogs and that you stay up to date on everything that's happening with Stampin' Up! So let me know how I can help you in that area as well. And finally, if you need to place a Stampin' Up! Order, I'll have the link in the description of this video that you can click right over, as well as the description or the link to the blog post that shows today's project so that you can see everything that I used. Plus, I'll have all of the dimensions and recipes and everything, so if you'd like to make that card, you can. So again, it was a pleasure sharing with you, and I look forward to sharing more Stampin' Basics with you in the future. Have a Stamp Happy Day.